Welcome to Season 4, Episode 8 of the Somers Sports Broadcast. Welcome back. Start off with our Somers Sports recap. Unfortunately, Varsity football lost to Rye in the section championship 40-17. And we're going to go right into our varsity football interviews from the previous game, the sectional semifinal versus Harrison.
I'm here with
Coach Anthony DiMatteo.
Coach DiMatteo. First of all, what a game. The team played amazing in the lane.
Thanks, buddy.
And my biggest question to you is, what do you think were the weaknesses in this team during this game? And also, what were the strengths that were added?
Well, I think the weaknesses are definitely the penalties. We need to be smarter about getting flagged. And, if we don't clean that up, I think it's eventually going to bite us a little bit. The strengths are that we have a very tough group of kids that buys into our culture. And I'm very happy with how they played tonight. They never quit. They always played really hard. And we're ready to move on.
Yeah, speaking of moving on, how do you think the team will move forward from this game to face Rye in Mail Pack for the Section 1 Class A Championships on next Friday?
Well, obviously, it's a huge game. We've been dealing with Rye for a couple of years now, and, it's been very tough. So we're going to have a wonderful practice week and an intense practice week. And we're going to be ready. Kids are going to be ready to go.
The first week of the season was against Rye.
Mm-hmm.
Is the team more motivated to face Rye and to avenge their loss?
I mean, it was a long time ago. Our goal is always to win the section and then take a shot and move forward. So anyone that would be there would take our best shot. However, anytime you lose to a team and you can get a second chance to play them, obviously that's something that you're going to want to do. So for a lot of reasons, we're going to be ready to go next week.
Okay, what do you think is a key player to watch against Rye?
I think the key player on offense will be our quarterback. Things go through him, and I think the other thing is going to be how we can get the ball on the exterior and really show off our three running backs, because all of them can play and they come in and they're rested. So, I think we're going to have to showcase our skill a little bit and win the war up front.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Coach, for your time.
Thank you for your time.
I'm here with Brett Kennedy after the Somers versus Harrison playoff game. I got a couple questions for you. How do you feel about your performance tonight?
I think I played pretty good. With the help of the D-line, it obviously makes my life a lot easier, just getting involved in those tackles, and, so obviously that made a huge difference tonight.
I know you talked about your line, but how do you feel about the team in general tonight?
First half, I think we came out hot, and, we slowed down a little in the second half, but, ultimately we came out with the win, so got to worry about next week now.
What will you do personally to get ready for next week?
Just a lot of film watching, just being locked in practice, making sure that we're all ready for Friday.
I know you said you guys got the 20 points and a huge lead going into half. When Harrison came out quick and scored that touchdown, was there any worry or doubt on the sideline?
I don't think there was any doubt. I think we just didn't want to let them back into the game. So, obviously scoring on defense there made it huge to go up 28-7.
After that pick six, was there any energy or momentum shift on the sideline or the field?
Yeah, definitely. When they made it 20-7, obviously we didn't want it to be close at all. So, that pick six really just changed the game and, helped us come out on top.
Is there any one or two of your teammates you want to shout out for having a good, very, very good performance tonight?
Jackson Whipple had 2 picks at strong safety, so obviously that was big. And then Dylan Jimenez, his first game at free safety ever, and pick 6 in his first game, so that's awesome.
All right, thank you.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm here with Nate Mitchell after the Somers versus Harrison playoff game. I got a couple questions for you. But how do you feel your team did in general?
I think we did pretty solid. A few mistakes, but we toughed it out at the end and showed who the tougher team is.
What will you do personally to get ready for next week?
Just lock in and get ready for the biggest game of the year.
The first half seemed great as you guys scored 20 and went into half with a huge lead. When Harrison came out and scored that quick touchdown, was there any worry or doubt about what might happen in the second half?
I don't think so. I think we knew from the start that we were going to handle them, and we just rallied together and didn't give up, didn't let up.
After the pick six, I think it was Dylan Jimenez. What energy, momentum shift did you feel on the sideline?
Yeah, we definitely felt a lot of energy after that, and we just tried to keep up the energy throughout the whole game no matter what happens.
Is there any one single or maybe 2 teammates you want to shout out for having a really good performance tonight?
Brett Kennedy played really well, just like always, and basically the whole offensive line and defensive line just showed them who the better and more physical team is.
All right, thank you.
And here with
Joey Fink.
Joey. How do you think the team did in this game?
I think we did great tonight. We left it all on the field. We showed out. We won, obviously, and I think we just did great overall.
Yeah, that's good. How are you feeling about going to your final sectional championships next Friday?
I mean, it feels great. Obviously, we played Rye in the section championship last year. We beat them, and we're looking for a good game this year.
Optimism. And one more thing. How do you feel playing? How did you feel playing for the last time at Tony Manuel Field, in front of fans, in front of student section, in front of everyone, all your friends, one last time as a Soma student?
I mean, it felt great. It's a little bittersweet because obviously never going to play on this field again. Been playing here since we were 8 years old, but I loved it. It was a great experience.
Yeah, and also what a game. You guys absolutely did an amazing job with defense and including on offense, holding Harrison off to 14 points, which is incredible because Harrison was pushing at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time, Joey.
Of course.
And recent news, Lily Mazzella of Varsity Girls Soccer has won the Con Edison Award, an award that highlights phenomenal athletes that are doing great on the fields and academically and in their community. You can see more info about that in the video that will be in the description. And congratulations to her.
All right, so now we're going to predict Somer's boys basketball records coming up for this upcoming season. I don't know if they're going to do too good, but I think they are going to do pretty well, and I think they're going to go 11-8.
Yeah, and just a reminder, 19 games they have on their schedule as of now. I think they're going to go 12-7. Pretty good record, actually, and we'll see how they do in the playoffs as they get closer.
I agree with Brandon. I think that they're gonna have a winning record. I think they're gonna go 13-6.
And for me, boys varsity basketball, I got 15-4. We got some pretty tough competition from Mayapack, Yorktown, and Silver Lake, but I'm looking forward to a good season.
And next on to the Somers girls varsity basketball prediction. I'm going to say that they're going to break even, 50% win, 10-10. They have 20 games.
Yeah, I think very close to what Brandon said. I think they're going to do a little bit worse, though. I don't see them being a really good, as competitive as they normally are. I think they're going to go 9-11.
And for me, I got 12-8. Somers had a semi-negative season last year, but I see something positive for us this season.
I think they're also going to get a winning record. I have them going 11-9.
Now for our NBA update. Over the past 2 weeks, the Denver Nuggets continued their dominant run behind Nikola Jokic, who posted another triple-double and led Denver to its 7th straight win. Meanwhile, Giannis delivered a clutch buzzer-beating fadeaway, scoring 33 points with 13 boards to give the Milwaukee Bucks a 1-point road victory. And in Chicago, Josh Giddey powered the Bulls to a comeback win over the 76ers with a 29-point, 15-rebound, 12-assist triple-double.
NHL update. Over the past 2 weeks in the NHL, the New York Islanders pulled off a dramatic come-from-behind 3-2 win over the Blue Jackets, scoring twice in the final minute to seal it. Meanwhile, Connor McDavid hit a major milestone by logging his 1,100th career point, enjoying an elite group of hockey legends. Off the ice, the league relaxed its dress code. Players can now ditch the traditional suits and rock more personal, fashion-forward travel outfits.
Next, we're going to recap 2 games each from NFL Week 11. I'll go first. The Broncos edged out over the Chiefs 22-19 on a clutch game-winning 35-yard field goal by Will Lutz as the time expired. Their 8th straight win and a big statement in the AFC West. Meanwhile, Allen stole the show for the Bills in a high-scoring affair, putting up 6 total touchdowns, 3 passing, 3 rushing, to power Buffalo past the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 44-32. Great week to have Josh Allen on your fantasy team.
As a proud Miami Dolphins fan, I'm proud to report that after a very close game, some suspicious calls, and a very debatable call from Mike McDaniels nearing the end of the 4th quarter, choosing to go for it For 4th and goal on the 3 with 1 minute left and being tied 13-13, the Dolphins beat the Commanders 16-13 with a game-winning interception, then field goal in overtime. The Patriots beat the Jets 27-14. Trevion Henderson scored 3 touchdowns, and Drake May played great and threw accurate. The Jets started strong but couldn't keep momentum. New England controlled the second half, scored 2 much-needed field goals, and sealed the win for their 9th victory this season.
All right, so recap. So the Jags beat the Chargers 35-6. Chargers couldn't get their offense going whatsoever. Anyone who had Herbert on their fantasy team, he had like 3.5 points, 3 points, 3.54 points. The Packers beat the Giants 27-20, a lot closer than people thought. Nobody really expected for the Giants and Jameis Winston to put up points, but they did, and they actually didn't look half bad. They looked pretty good. And the Niners beat the Cardinals 41-22. A great game by McCaffrey. They all did really, really well.
Now up next, we got NFL Week 12 predictions. We all got 2 games each. We got the Packers beating the Vikings 34-17, and then an unexpected win for the Steelers beating the Browns 20-19.
I have the... Give me a second so I can find the Colts. Okay. All right, I have the Chiefs-Colts. A lot of people think that the Chiefs are still a good team. I don't think they're still a good team, and I do think that the Colts are going to win. Daniel Jones and Jonathan Taylor look like really good right now. So I'm going to say that the Colts are going to win 35-30 just because of how good their offense is. And I have a divisional matchup, the Lions and the Packers. I do think that the Packers are going to lose to the Lions. I think they've already beat them in the regular season already. But I think they're going to split with the Lions, and I think the Lions are going to win 35-27.
Next up to my prediction, I have the Bills at the Texans. I think the Bills barely going to win 27-28 with that one possession finish. On to Steelers, Bears. Steelers that are at the Bears, and I think it's going to be 20-17. Another one possession finish. This time closer than the Bills Texans game.
All right, now for my predictions. For the Ravens versus Jets game, the Jets have had a horrible season so far. I don't think that they're making it anywhere. So I got to go with the Ravens, and I really think that the Seahawks are going to be able to pull out a win from the Titans.
Quickly with this Somers recap. So last Friday, Varsity football in their first playoff game, Section 1 playoffs, won versus Clarkstown North home 35-7. And next, we have an interview with the girls varsity volleyball head coach after their last game.
I'm here with
Coach Massey.
Coach Massey. What do you think were the team's strengths in this game?
So today we had a really good serve from the beginning of the first set to the third set. We have so many aces, and I think that was one of the things that we really stand for.
Okay, what do you think the team improved on from the start of the season to now?
We definitely had a good, so far we improved on our team spirit, and also if I want to talk about skill-wise, we had a great improvement in our side outs.
Good. What do you think has been special about this team, during the season?
Their energy is great. They have a good energy. They're a good group of girls and athletes, which I'm super proud to be their coach this season.
Thank you for your time, Coach Massey.
Of course, thank you so much.
Welcome.
And on October 27th, boys varsity volleyball lost to Yorktown 3-0. Then the next day, they won versus Austin 3-0. Recently, the World Series concluded. Baseball season is over. The Dodgers came out on top in 7 games to win the World Series 2 years in a row. And in Game 1, the Blue Jays came out strong. They won 11-4, powered by a blockbuster 9-run 6th inning, including the first pinch hit grand slam in the World Series history by Barger. Game 2 marked a shift. The Dodgers responded to the previous game with a 5-1 win behind a stellar complete game from Yamamoto.
Game 3 was a marathon, 18 innings. The Dodgers won 6-5 with Freddie Freeman hitting a walk-off home run in the 18th inning. In Game 7, the Dodgers rallied from behind down 4-2, tied it in the 9th inning from a home run by Miguel Rojas, and then won the game 5-4 when Will Smith hit a solo home run in the 11th. Yamamoto was named the World Series MVP after dominating multiple games. Game 2, you got a complete game. Game 6, you got the win, and you closed Game 7.
All right, so now on to our Week 4 NFL recap. So the Seahawks beat the Commanders 38-14. They scored 28 unanswered points, and unfortunately, the Commanders cannot keep up, and Jim Daniels should be out for the season. And then the Steelers beat the Colts 27-20.
Bears-Bengals. Bears came on top, 47-42. Chicago outlasted Cincinnati, a wild shootout. Rookie running back Kyle Monangai exploded for 176 rushing yards to seal a huge offensive win. And then we had Vikings-Lions. Vikings came out on top, 27-24. McCarthy led Minnesota to a late upset in Detroit with 3 total touchdowns and a clutch defense sealing the victory.
In the Rams vs. Saints game, the Rams won 34-10, a big blowout. And the Titans almost won versus the Chargers, but Chargers won 27-20.
And Buffalo Bills beat Kansas City Chiefs 28-21, and the Jags beat the Raiders 30-29.
On to our Week 10 NFL predictions. So I'll start. So I think the Bills are going to beat the Dolphins because the Dolphins are looking horrible. I think they're going to win 38-10, and I think the Panthers are going to beat the Saints 27-13.
Yeah, Buccaneers, Patriots. I expect the Bucs to edge out the Patriots by a narrow margin, thanks to their post-bye rhythm and home field advantage. And then we have Broncos, Raiders. Predict the Broncos will win this divisional clash though the Raiders will keep it closer than the 9.5 spread suggestion.
In the Colts vs. Falcons game, I got the Colts winning a really close game, 27-20. And in the Rams vs. 49ers game, I think it's going to be a 24-21 win for the Rams.
And then I think that the Broncos are going to beat the Raiders. And because Jalen Daniels is out, I really think that the Lions are going to beat the Commanders.
Okay, now let's talk about what will the Jets' final record be. I think they're going to be 2-15. What do you think, Phillip?
I think they're going to do a little bit better than that. I have them going 4-13.
I have them going 3-14.
I have the Jets going 5-12. You know, being nice. They're gonna find a way to sneak a few wins in there. Thank you for watching. This has been Season 4, Episode 8 of the Somer Sports Broadcast. We're the Somer Sports Broadcasting Club. See you next week.